The Motorola Edge 20 Fusion and the Edge 20 have gained some amazing traction in the Indian smartphone market, and so I guess it was only a matter of time that the company brought their top of the line phone from the Edge 20 series. I'm talking about the Motorola Edge 20 Pro. Hello everyone, Aman here for Mr. Phone, and in this video let's take our closer look at the brand new Motorola Edge 20 Pro. But first, here's the unboxing. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then definitely motivate us by hitting that red subscribe button and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest videos. The Motorola Edge 20 Pro is priced at 36,999 rupees, and this is for the lone 8GB RAM plus a 128GB storage variant. One phone, one variant, and I like this thing totally. Even with the Motorola Edge 20, there's just one variant that comes, and I think it all makes sense that way. Anyway, let's get back to the Motorola Edge 20 Pro and talk about its main highlights, shall we? With the Edge 20 Pro, it is safe to say that these recent phones from Motorola are quite good looking, especially this one. Of course, it is not the slimmest, that title goes to the Edge 20, but even at 8mm, the Edge 20 Pro feels very sleek in the hand. Other design elements such as the periscope lens, I think that only adds character to the rear. The iconic Motorola Batwing logo is also present here, which looks very classy, by the way. Sadly, it doesn't have the fingerprint sensor embedded within, but no problem, we still have a physical fingerprint sensor on the side right at an ideal spot, and as I keep on saying, these physical sensors are way better, reliable and faster than an in-display solution, so good job here. I also want to mention that the rear glass panel features a soft matte finish, which does make the phone slippery, admittedly, but it feels so good in the hands and avoids fingerprint smudges. And by the way, the rear panel is protected by Gorilla Glass 5, in fact even the front. Now, I've been testing the Vivo X70 Pro, which also comes with a soft matte rear finish. Again, an amazing smartphone which costs upwards of 47,000 rupees. But honestly, the Edge 20 Pro, despite costing 10,000 rupees lesser than the Vivo, I think this one does seem to feature a better rear finish. It is that damn good. And yes, in a nutshell, the Motorola Edge 20 Pro is a gorgeous device, and I think in this upper mid-range price segment, it has become my new favorite, taking the title from the Realme GT. And speaking of the Realme GT, this is one phone that I like a lot, and because both these phones are priced so close to each other, I was like, why not do a little comparison? Now, both these devices have their plus and minus over each other, but I guess if we look at the overall situation, I think the Motorola Edge 20 Pro does seem to be the better deal. Just stay with me. So if we compare the single variant of the Edge 20 Pro to the base variant of the GT, that is 8GB LPDDR5 RAM plus 128GB of UFS 3.1 storage. And so while the GT costs about 38,000 rupees, the Edge 20 Pro still sells for 1,000 rupees less at about 37,000 rupees. Now, you might think that the Snapdragon 888 automatically makes the Realme GT a better pick over the Motorola Edge 20 Pro. Well, it isn't that way. You see, the Snapdragon 870 inside the Motorola is no slouch and can do everything there is that a Snapdragon 888 can. Of course, in terms of benchmarks, the Snapdragon 888 will trump over the Snapdragon 870, but will you get to know the performance difference in the real life? Honestly, no, because both the chipsets are already very fast. And besides the chipset, I think Motorola also has the advantage when it comes to the software thanks to stock Android 11 versus Realme UI on the Realme GT. The benefits are a clean experience with no ads or pre-installed bloatware. Not to mention there's My UX, the only preloaded app that Motorola phones ship with apart from the ones from Google, and that's the one stop for all the customizations and tweaks that you need to do with your smartphone. Plus the Motorola Edge 20 Pro is also protected by ThinkShield security, which is a peace of mind. Okay, one more feature that I really want to show you guys, and it is called Ready For. So this basically lets you connect the Motorola Edge 20 Pro seamlessly onto a laptop, monitor or TV. Here's a quick demo. Yes, in short, the hardware and software performance of the Motorola Edge 20 Pro has been good, and I can say this after having used the phone for a little over a week now. You see, the general performance has been great and the phone is easily able to handle any task that you throw at it, but that's a no-brainer, right? Considering the phone comes with such a top-of-the-line hardware. And speaking of the top-of-the-line hardware, how can I forget about the beautiful AMOLED display up front? So this is a 10-bit 6.7-inch panel that refreshes at 144 Hz and features a touch response of 576 Hz. Again, since this is a 144 Hz panel, things are ultra smooth, even smoother than my iPhone 13 Pro, not even kidding. And the 576 Hz touch response makes sure that you get super responsive gaming performance without any stutters or frame drops. And finally, this being a 10-bit display with HDR10+ support, trust me, videos look fantastic on this AMOLED panel. I mean, words simply don't do justice to how good it is in reality. Okay, now let's talk about the camera. So you're getting 3 lenses at the back. There's a 108 megapixel main camera with f1.9 aperture. This is coupled with a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle camera that also doubles up as a macro lens, and an 8 megapixel periscope camera with 5x optical zoom. At the front, there's a 32 megapixel camera for selfies. And while this is not a full review, I have to admit that the cameras of the Motorola Edge 20 Pro have left me impressed. Sharing some sample shots and some comparison shots with the Realme GT. Share your thoughts with me in the comments below. Well, some of you might be wondering, how does the Edge 20 Pro stacks up against the OnePlus 9R, again a prime rival to this one. And sadly, I don't have the 9R with me right now, but to give you a brief highlight, a brief comparison between the two, do note that the OnePlus 9R has a base variant which comes with 8GB RAM plus a 128GB storage, and also comes with a Snapdragon 870 chipset, the same as this one. But the base variant of the 9R retails for about 40,000 rupees, which is 3,000 rupees more than that of the Motorola Edge 20 Pro. And for all that money, you're only getting an 8-bit display, a 48 megapixel rear camera system, support for one 5G band, and of course the higher pricing. So I guess the writing is pretty clear on the wall. And yeah, that was your closer look at the brand new Motorola Edge 20 Pro smartphone. So guys, share your thoughts with me about this device in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.